Hello, welcome to Monday Nights with Mohit Kamath on the episode number 41. Hi, hello, all of you. How are you doing? Seems a very busy Monday for all of you. So, today we have a fantastic story about Rudy Hartono. He is 8 times All England champion. Can you believe that? It's 8 times, not once, not twice. It's 8 times. Oh my God. That's something, amazing. I would say that, it's just unbelievable. It's very hard to even imagine at this point of time that, how can even someone win All England championships, the All England, the most prestigious, the most popular, the most celebrated event of the whole world, the All England championships, winning it 8 times. Oh my God! I mean, this is something crazy and crazy and crazy. I would definitely not able to imagine or just cannot think of it. 8 times. There are a lot of people who even think of participating once, and those who have done it once, they'll think of twice participation. And but this gentleman, excuse me, so this gentleman, so this legend from a very tiny island from Southeast Asia, Indonesia, and he has won 8 times All England championships, and that too 7 times consecutively, and once after that, living 1 year and later, he won that championships, which is 8 times. Without wasting much of time, we can quickly go to the topic of the day. Rudy Hartono, Kurniawan winning 8 times All England Badminton men's singles title. That's much bigger. So hello all. I think a couple of people are here. So I hope you're doing well. The Monday used to be fantastic for all of you guys. So this is a story which I really wanted to show all of you. It's a classic which is almost 30 to 40 years old, and we can all learn from this goat. When I say goat, it is greatest of all time, GOAT, Rudy Hartono, and he's from Indonesia, and he completely changed Indonesia's badminton, the way it was played, and he brought much and more of success towards this sport, and made it so popular in the sport in the country that it became the national sport of the country. So without wasting much of the time, I'll share my screen and we can quickly go to the Wikipedia of Rudy Hartono. So this is the Wikipedia page of Rudy Hartono. So I think he has some many names. Indonesian name or Chinese name, I would say. He was born on 18th August 1949, a former Indonesian badminton player holding the record of winning the men's singles title, the All England Championships, 8 times. My mind is boggling. 8 times, 7 times consecutively from 1968 to 1974. He won the World Championships in 1980 on his only attempt at this title, which is the only attempt, which is one single attempt. And he is one of the most famous players of the history of the badminton sport and is considered to be one of the greatest badminton players of all time. Everybody has a story. Let's quickly go through his early life. So Hartono was born on 18th August 1949 as Neo Hapliang in Surabaya. He is the son of Zulkarnain Kurniawan and the third child of 8 siblings in the family. So he had 8, which is he had 7 other brothers and sisters probably, and he's the third child, not the first and the second, the third child in the family. And his sister, so not only brothers and sisters, of course. So his sister Utami Devi is a 5-time national badminton champion and former Indonesia Uber Cup team member, which means we got to know that he is from a family that he has, he has a sibling, he has a sister who has already played badminton before, and badminton was not new to him. The family lived in Jalan Basuki Rakhmat and owned a tailoring and dairy farming business. The young Hartono embraced many types of sports, including athletics, swimming, volleyball, football, and roller skating before coming to badminton. So now, as a coach, I see it in this way, right? When we think of 8 All England Badminton Championships, the foundation has to be really good. When I talk about foundation, it is not only the specificity of the sport, which is whatever the sport they play on. In case of Rudy Hartono, it is badminton. But also, if you see here, he has played athletics, swimming, volleyball, football, and roller skating. As a coach, I see that a strong motor skills and all the cognitive abilities, coordinations, hand-eye, foot-eye coordinations, multiple movement directions, which is in volleyball, football. And volleyball, football is a sport where the ball comes to you in different speed, height, different length, breadth, and you'll have to adjust and you have to control the ball on your body, on your head, on your foot. That itself brings a lot of coordination in you. And I think that really helped Rudy Hartono, could have been helped to build a strong foundation during the early stages of life. If you remember, I had made a video very early on, I think the episode number 13 or 14, you can go back and check it. I had mentioned that the early stages development, the athletic development, which is also widely popularly known as in the world as long-term athletic development or long-term player development. So how these different phases in one's career or one's development age until 16 or 18, these fundamental principles are built. And in Rudy Hartono, the legend's case, athletics, which is the running, swimming, right, which is the racing and all sort of excuse me, my throat is a little sore today. Athletics, swimming, and volleyball, football, and roller skating, he had already taken the fundamentals of the sport. At age 11, so this is something interesting which I read. At age 11, Hortono started formal badminton training under the tutelage of his father. Let me read that again. At the age of 11, a lot of people come to me, a lot of parents come to me saying, my son is 9-year-old, my daughter is 10.5-year-old. I think we have already missed the boat. We have missed the train. I think my child is already late. How we can make a career out right now? It is wrong way to think. It is not late. Any sport which is picked up before they hit the growth spurt or even after hitting the growth spurt, if their fundamentals have been developed towards any other sport, it is still possible. Let me quickly refresh your memories. If you have not understood this or if you have not gone through this education before, let me quickly summarize it. There are many ways to look at it, but I would keep it very short. There are 3 stages. One is the motor skill development, which is typically between the age of 5 to 9 or 5 to 10. Of course, it differs in various stages in individual players or individual human beings. But this is something which is not kind of a template, but we can take it as a template. Again, the first phase is 5 to 9 or 4.5 to 10. However you can take it, you have to build a strong motor skills, cognitive coordination development, and then you can go to a stage called deliberate play, or you can call it as the next step of fundamentals, little bit of strengthening. You will have at that particular time, female children usually go through a growth spurt, which is little earlier than boys. Boys typically hit growth spurt somewhere between 10 or 11 to 15. So that is the time you can pick up any sport and start getting involved into the advanced level of techniques and tactics of that particular sport. And then the third phase, after growth spurt, you can develop something called endurance. There is a massive endurance which has to be developed at that point of time, so that their whole when we look at it as a holistic manner, so by the time they're 15 to 16, everything is developed so that they can take the sport towards the getting into the professional side. This is something kind of a template usually happens in all the sports. You can see that in tennis too. children or the players get turned pro only post 14 or 15, depending on individual way of looking at it. So you here, if you see, Hartono was born on 18th August. Sorry, at the age of 11, he started formal badminton training. So if you're under 11, or if you're a parent whose kid is less than 11-year-old, 12-year-old, then do not worry about it. You can still think of the child picking up sport at a different level. So also, if you have any um, questions, this is also a Q&A session. We have our guest today. Sorry, I forgot to close the ticker. Hello, RRR. Are you the guy from the movie RRR? So warm welcome to you. I think I've seen you for the first time. Hello, Sarvesh, our rock star Sarvesh. He keeps the light of the show keep going on. And we have a like from Hubam Thoi Thoi Singh. Hello, Hubam. I hope you're doing well. If you have any questions, please post it down so that we can continue our show and we can keep interacting. So then coming back to our story, he would train for almost the entire day in a small badminton club set up by his father in a railway station warehouse. It is not a professional badminton setup like how you find today in today's scenario. It was set up in a railway station warehouse. If you come back to a story of Prakash Padukone, the legend of Indian badminton, he was training in a small marriage hall in Bangalore. And I have seen that hall. It is hardly 18 feet. Even when you're serving, the shuttle would hit the roof. And they have learned badminton in this adverse, odd situations. But what the real takeaway is their passion to learn this sport and take this education and technique and learn the sport and try to achieve at the highest level. So that is the intention we need to carry. In 1961, he entered his first tournament at Surabaya's Junior Championship when he was 12, and he won the tournament. After leaving his father's club, Hartono would later play for the much bigger Rajawali club, and where many good Indonesian badminton players were trained. At age 15, he won the National Junior Championships. While competing in municipal tournaments, the teenage Hartono soon caught the eye of the national scouts. When I say national scout, every country is, every country do their scouting very differently. In India, it is probably the rankings and the performance in the local domestic national ranking tournaments. In Denmark, it is both national ranking tournaments, and they have this club culture. You can see the football clubs, right? Manchester United, Bernabeu, AC Milan, Liverpool, and so many other clubs, right? So they pick up talents from there. And in Europe, it is kind of a club culture. And in India, we have this central zones, state tournaments. We have these associations. We have academies, bigger academies, smaller academies. They have this talent scouting. And all these things are very, very important to identify and find out the right talent, and they get the right opportunity and platform to flourish. That's very, very important. And now it was drafted into National Training Center in late 65. We know that he was born in 49, and by the time it was 65, which is 15, when he was 15 to 16-year-old, he was in the national team upcoming Thomas Cup. I think that made him realize, and maybe he got to know the level of sparring has to be a little higher if he wanted to achieve. That's something we could see from the early life of this greatest of all time, Rudy Hartono. So we have a like from Prem Singh Chauhan. He's a very good friend of mine. Hello, Prem Singh. I hope you're doing well. Sarvesh, so how is it going on your side? You can let us know what's happening and how did it go for you in the last week. Coming back to Rudy Hartono's badminton career, as a member of 67 Thomas Cup squad, Hartono won all of his matches, but Indonesia was beaten by Malaysia. So we don't have to go through all these things what we have been seeing on the screen here, but I'll quickly try and pick up the important things. So a year later, on his first try at the All England Badminton Championships, the 18-year-old Hartono became the youngest ever champion of the tournament. He was 18 when he won his first All England Championships, beating Tan Aik Hung from Malaysia, who had been the winner 2 years earlier. A former champion, he beat the former champion. Besides his All England success, Hartono won many international titles throughout his career. In 1969, he won the Canadian, the US Open titles. Hartono also had some success in major games. 1970 Asian Games in Bangkok, he won the gold. He won 2 bronze medals in men's doubles. He won his men's doubles titles too, winning All England 8 times and winning men's doubles also. And there has been a lot of times, in the discussion that when is the time you can choose a career, either in one of the event, men's singles or men's doubles or women's singles or women's doubles or mixed doubles. So how do you plan? So nowadays, the talk in the air is something like, we have to follow one single event. We have to take one single event as our career and then through it. These guys, it's clearly shown that they have, played multiple events. I'll show you here. And Hartono has won 2 bronze in men's doubles and mixed doubles event. He could win another gold at Asian Championships where Indonesia defeated Malaysia. So these guys have already played singles and doubles, and we all know that our Indian legend Prakash Padukone sir. So he has been 9 times national champion, men's singles, and 5 times men's doubles champion, and 3 times mixed doubles champion. Someday I will do a story on Prakash Padukone sir, of course. But they have been participating in multiple events. You can also see currently Watanabe, right? Yuta Watanabe. He participated in 2 events. He's winning most of the times. Mixed doubles and doubles. It's possible. I think it's a barrier you put it for yourself in your mind. Sorry, that you can only do so much. Mind is huge. Your mind has the potential to achieve any possible thing, only that if you are able to believe in yourself. So any one of you here have any questions, you can post it here so that we can discuss that. Hi Sarvesh, I think Sarvesh, you're off today. I think any trouble in your life or you have no energy to talk to me? Just kidding, my friend. Another successor from the same era of Rudy Hartono was Lim Swee King. Very catchy name. I really like that, Lim Swee King. And he was known as King. Such a nice name, King. We can also see some of the titles he has won. 1972, he won the gold. 1980, the first World Championship, he won the gold against his fellow compatriot Lim Swee King of Indonesia. Men's doubles and mixed doubles, he's won bronze medal in mixed doubles. And here we go, international open titles. All these tournaments he has won. 1968 All England, 1969 All England, 70 All England, 71. Here we go. 72, 5, 73, 6, 77, 74, 7 times, and 75, 8 times. Sorry, 7 times, and then 76 All England Championships for the 8th time consecutively. It is consecutive, not even single year he has dropped. And then after 1 year, 77, 1978, he won his 8th All England Championships, making it as a world record, a Guinness World Record. Still today, it has not been achieved, but in any category. Wow, isn't it wonderful? Fantastic, right? So this is something on Rudy Hartono. I think I have one rally which I can share it with you because YouTube doesn't allow me to, stream any kind of YouTube videos on that until and unless I have the permission, which is very hard to take it. Okay. Let me see that if I can play that. Play it. Okay. Let me play this rally to you so that you can watch. Nice. Even with that, not so scientifically.
Oh, that was a great shot.
Not so scientifically, I would say, having the greatest equipments at that particular time. But amazing, I would say, that they have been playing that attacking badminton. Even then, not now, even then they have been playing attacking badminton. Sorry. So wonderful. I think you should go and watch and see how the classic badminton matches are. They used to play with those wooden rackets, wooden framed rackets with very less tension given strings, which is somewhere around, I think 18 to 22. And in spite of that, they were playing a much attacking badminton at that time. I'm talking about late 60s and 70s. There are a lot of matches on YouTube. You can go and watch that and you can learn out of it. So anyone have any questions, please go on so that we can discuss if you have any questions on that. Instagram, those are watching me on Instagram, you cannot have any comments there because this particular software doesn't allow to have any comments in the section. So you can come to YouTube and post your questions here. So let's also go. This is something Let's talk the champion. So I'll go out from the screen. Really nice, right? So I really like the way he's standing, and you can look at the thigh muscles, right? Really strong. And these are the All England Championships. I think he's pretty old now, and I think this is something very funny. Crown of shuttles. How life changes, right? Pick up the sport and you go very long way and you make the history out of it. If you remember, he's an 11-year-old who started badminton in a warehouse, in a railway warehouse, and rest is history. And he went on to become one of the most celebrated badminton player in the whole world. And he also, post-retirement, he also served as one of the development officers in his association, and I think that really worked well. These are all the trophies which Rudy Hartono has won, and he's a very popular figure in Indonesia and in the whole world. So I think I'm done with the show. So this was the topic of the day. If you can see, Rudy Hartono, it's on the Badminton Classic. Rudy Hartono, the 8 times All England badminton champion and has won many world titles, who is a small town boy from Indonesia. And I think Indonesia is one of the most celebrated countries in the world, in the badminton world. I'm sorry for that. And I really love Indonesia because the way they treat badminton in that country is amazing. One of my dream is to go, and I had this dream to play in Indonesian Open. It did not happen, but never mind. I think as a coach, I might visit someday. I'm very positive in that way, and I really want to get to the Indonesian Open, the Super 1000 event which happens in Indonesia, and experience the enthralling event which is celebrated widely in that country. One day, someday, I really want to go there. Having said that, we are on the end of the show. Until the next show comes, it's episode number 42. If you have any request on what kind of topics do you want to listen, or you want to discuss, so please let me know so that we can discuss that on a show. It's not only about you learning, I'm also learning with whatever things you share on the show. So don't forget about this. So have a wonderful week ahead. October is coming. We have a lot of festivals. The first one is Dussehra. The second one is Diwali. Both are coming in October. Let's have a wonderful shows on October. And not to forget, please take care of yourself. Until then, thank you. Tata. Bye-bye. Let's meet on the next show, the Monday Nights with Mohit Kamath. Thank you all.